you to Potts Camp Attendance Center as we get ready for what is a game of major playoff implications between the visiting Walnut Wildcats and the host Potts Camp Cardinals. Payne Taylor alongside John Noel, as always, excited for tonight's playoff matchup that will determine, or essentially a playoff game early, as we bring up the scenarios and the division standings for you here tonight. Baldwin East Union at one, tie one essentially with a record. They play over on the other side of the county, or to decide who will be the one seed in Division 1 2A. Meanwhile, as you can see on your screen, Potts Camp and Walnut both at 1 and 3. The winner tonight will clinch up the 4 seed as we bring up the playoff scenarios to you there. Again, you can see Baldwin and East Union, a division championship game de facto tonight. Winner is the 1, loser is the 2. Belmont Cardinals have clinched the 3 seed, and the winner of Potts Camp and Walnut tonight will be the 4 seed and clinch the final spot from Region 1 2A for the postseason. As we are excited to bring you Walnut football here tonight from Potts Camp, we're going to go ahead and take a quick ad break, and we will be back to talk a little bit of pregame and be ready to kick off here from Potts Camp. And make sure also we want to remind you to tune in after the game for the First Baptist Church Ripley show here on RCTV 19. So make sure to tune into that after this. But again, Potts Camp and Walnut coming up in about 13 minutes. We're going to take it to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be back on RCTV 19.
Randall Miller is running for the Tippa Electric Power Association Area 2 Board of Directors position. He is a native of Tippa County, a Ripley High School graduate, and currently resides in Ripley with his wife of 45 years, Kim Malden Miller. His parents, Whit and Carlene Miller, installed a sense of patriotism and community in their children. That is why he seeks to work for our community and be a voice for the people. As a board director, he will use his training and experience to better serve all customers of the Tippa Electric Power Association. Your vote and support is greatly appreciated. Paid for by Randall W. Miller. James Story would be honored to serve the youth and families of South Tippa Schools as Precinct 3 board member. A retired educator with more than 38 years of experience, Mr. Story will represent the students and parents of Blue Mountain, Pine Grove, and Ripley with wisdom, fairness, and integrity. Remember, vote James W. Story on November the 8th. Paid for by James W. Story. B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. Payne Taylor again alongside John Noel. As now we're going to quickly show you before we get, as we've got more big games going on, the Tippa County teams tonight. One of major interest is going to be Ripley playing at Pontotoc as we bring up the playoff scenarios for you here. Feel free to take a screenshot because there are so many scenarios on the board. John, we looked at it. Basically, what matters for Ripley is you look at the standings, you look at everything, and really, Ripley, they just got to win. I mean, they got to win tonight.
You're exactly right, Owen. Ripley has to go down the Pontotoc, take care of business. It doesn't matter. You know, they need to score as many points as possible tonight. And I hate to say that, but I do encourage. You know, if I'm a coach of Ripley, man, you go out there, you score early, you score often. That leaves less a chance from all these scenarios that we're going to kind of run through. We won't get into all the meat of it, but basically, Ripley's got to win.
Yeah, Ripley's got to win because Ripley, from reading them over, unless I missed one, Ripley can no longer win the division tonight. But They can get a home playoff game and be the 2 seed based on a 3-way tie, or or a just New Albany losing and Ripley winning. That would make them the clear number 2, no ties necessary. But you're going to see, if you look at that screenshot right there, these, of course, courtesy of Brendan Shields, as he does a great job providing playoff scenarios to the state every year. New Albany, Houston, Ripley wins the night, and then it's kind of just in the hands of Houston and New Albany how that game rolls out. And if you're a Ripley Tiger fan tonight, you're a Houston Hilltopper fan because
exactly right.
You need Houston to win. So you don't leave anything up to chance to tiebreakers. Ripley just gets the home playoff game with a win and a New Albany loss.
Right, and that's you hate to be a fan of a different team tonight, but you're exactly right, Owen. If you're a Ripley fan, you're a Houston Hilltopper fan. Now you hope Houston goes down to New Albany, takes care of business, and just blows them out of the water. But we're going to take a quick break as they do our
national anthem. And once the anthem is over, we will come back, talk pregame of Potts Camp and Walnut right here on RCTV 19.
To our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709.
See our final commercial there.
There we are. Welcome you back to RCTV 19. Potts Camp and Walnut about 8 minutes away from kicking off here tonight as the captains meet at midfield. We'll get you that coin toss result as it happens, but let's talk a little bit of pregame, John. And as you look at Potts Camp, this is the first time we've seen the Cardinals this year. You look at the stats, this is a team that basically goes as senior quarterback Peyton Aldridge goes. Aldridge comes in 68 of 150 on the year, 955 yards, 5 touchdowns through the air. But where he really kills you is on the ground. 148 carries this year, 808 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, 89 yards a game with 13 touchdowns on the year and 4 games over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, that's something the Wildcats will have to be very aware of tonight. Wildcats have a good defensive scheme. They've had good defensive schemes all year, but they really got to pay attention to the quarterback tonight. And Aldridge is a heck of an athlete. I believe he's a 2 or 3-sport athlete. He does play other sports, and so that's a great thing that we in 2A you see a lot of 2 and 3-sport athletes, but we do have the coin toss. So I want it's going to be an all white tonight. Good look for the Wildcats.
Looks that way indeed as we are waiting the result. If Potts Camp won the toss and they are deferring, so it will look like the Wildcats on the road will get the football first. As again, we look at this roster of Potts Camp. Also, another name you're going to want to watch out for is another senior, number 15, Ryan Jones, as he has got 74 carries on the year, 531 yards, 5 touchdowns. And so this is a team 7 yards per game. And also Coach Richard Russo, 22nd year, first year at Potts Camp. He'd been at Tisch County prior. And I've seen Coach Russo before watching some Tisch County. This is a coach that offensively is not afraid to, divert from the course. He will run the football if it's working. He will throw the football if it's working. So the Walnut Wildcats are going to have to be ready for both tonight because this offense of Potts Camp, they're going to be willing to do whatever they have to do to win a football game.
And let's talk about across the way. This is a win or go home for the Wildcats.
Yes, simple as that.
The Wildcats have to win tonight. If they want a shot at the playoffs, the Wildcats have to win tonight. And so we're excited to see them. Looks like the Wildcats coming out with a lot of energy tonight. They're going to come out in all whites, white pants, white shirts, red numbers, red hats, their traditional red hat. So different look for the Wildcats tonight. Potts Camp will be in a black uniform with red numbers, red shoulder pads. So big. They look to be a athletic team. And Owen, we're about ready to get this football game underway.
Yeah.
Give us 3 quick keys to the game tonight.
Well, number one is if you want to start fast. When you there's the old adage in basketball that when you go on the road, you might as well spot the home team 10 points. When they do betting lines in football, the home team always gets 3 points, no matter what the final line is. You're spotting teams' points at home. You have to have the home field advantage. You're going to account for at least one score off of that home field position. So don't spot Walnut or Potts Camp any extra points. Walnut needs to start fast. They get the football first. They get a chance to set the script tonight. So come out. You're going to look for Camarion Gray to get a lot of carries to run like he did early in the year when you were having success running the football. So look for that. Number 2, limit turnovers. You're on the road. Obviously, that's one that you're almost always going to say. But when you are, on the road, you got to limit your turnovers. Really, you want to come out of tonight winning the turnover margin, and not only winning it, but having a perfect turnover margin, not committing one yourself. You can't commit turnovers on the road and expect to win a football game, especially in one like tonight where it's win or go home. And number 3, finally, special teams, field position. This is 2 teams that like to run the football, so field position is going to be – you're not going to see – I don't think you're going to see both teams scoring on every possession. So it's going to be about controlling where they are on the field, flipping it with good special teams, good coverage. It's going to be a good football game as we get ready to kick the football off, and it is bobbled, and there's a little bit of fighting for the football around the 30-yard line. Looked like a Potts Camp player had a great chance to fall on it, but slipped out of his hands, and Walnut recovers it at the 30-yard line.
Went right through 2 players' hands there. Went right through Walnut's receiver, the attempt for the Wildcats, and then the Potts Camp young man jumped on top of it, was shot it back down the field, and then Wildcat recovery unit jumped on top of the ball, gives Walnut 1st and 10 from It's
going to be right at the 30-yard line, John. Okay. And it will be, as it has been about all year to start it off, Jack Johnson, number 2, or Drew Jackson. I don't know why I said Jack Johnson. Drew Jackson, under center. Looks, hands off to Camarion Gray. Gray will push forward, gets a little bit of a push from his offensive line, still fighting for extra yards. And finally, it'll be whistled dead at what looks to be about the 37-yard line. So Walnut front 5 gets a good push to open the game up, and a nice 7 yards on the first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, Thurston now brings up 2nd and about 4. That's just what the Wildcats drew up perfectly. That's what the Wildcats were. We talked about it a couple weeks ago when we were down at Walnut when the Belmont team was in there. Walnut stayed ahead of the sticks pretty good, but they failed to get to the end zone as much as they should have. So let's see if the Wildcats do to continue to run that power game.
Yeah, you would expect that to be the case as, again, they come back out in a power formation, move tight end from the left to the right. Now hand off to Gray. Again, Gray cuts from left to right. I don't think he got quite to the first down marker. We'll see what the official ruling is, but it looks like he's about a half yard short. So Walnut will need to come out and get just about the length of the football to move the chains for the first time tonight. You would expect Walnut to probably go power here again on 3rd down.
Yeah, you expect the ball to not. They've so far they've went with a power game.
So 3rd down and inches. Not even going to call it a 1, just inches for the Wildcats. They're heavy set on the left side. Fake a toss, and it's a fullback counter to C.J. Adams, the usual tight end, but he plays that fullback position just a little bit, and he's got a nice gain of about 13 yards and a 1st down for the Wildcats.
And that was just a good old-fashioned look like counter trap there that they pulled the backside guard and led C.J. Adams around for a big gain of about 10 on 1st down or 3rd and 1 for the Wildcats.
So after a great play design for the Wildcats, Walnut has their first down of the evening, and they are in Potts Camp territory for the first time tonight from the 47 of the Cardinals. Toss to Gray, left side. Gray cuts it back into the middle of the field. He's got about 4 or 5 yards, and a push from both sides will have the ball dead at about the 43-yard line. So we might give that a gain of 4.
Again, Wildcats staying ahead of the sticks here. What the Wildcats, I believe, will draw up as a good first opening drive ahead of the sticks. They've stayed most of the game tonight so far.
fifth play of the drive coming up for the Wildcats. They've went 4-0 run to pass ratio on this opening drive. So, Walnut obviously likes to run the football, but they like to sneak in some play action after establishing the run. So maybe look for one of those play action passes here on 2nd and mid. It's a good time to take a shot, but they will fake a toss and just give on a dive to Camara Gray. But the defense of Potts Camp was ready for that one. The defensive line stuffs that in the middle of the field.
Big number 78 was there.
That was Ethan Bridges, the senior. A lot of seniors on this Potts Camp roster as I read through.
Yeah, we just had the opportunity to witness senior night, and I believe there were about 8 seniors on this roster. So that's a big senior class.
For a two-way school, that's a big
roster, big class.
So we're going to bring up 3rd down and about 5 now for Walnut. And, John, it's still no pass on this drive for Walnut yet. You might expect it to come here on about 3rd and 5.
Yeah, you're looking to see what the Wildcats do draw up here on 3rd and 5.
And there will be play action. Drew Jackson throws. He's got his man incomplete. Just through the hands of his intended receiver down the left sideline. And it's going to be an incomplete pass. And
was that intended for Watson, I believe, down the sideline?
Yes, that looks like number 8, Austin Watson, just couldn't locate the football. And it looks like that Walnut had already decided on that 3rd down. All right, we're kind of in no man's land here. We're not punting. We're looking to establish a momentum. So an early momentum shift could be in the works here on 4th down and about 5 from the 42-yard line. And John, if you're Walnut, you really need to go for get this if you're going to go for it. And that's exactly what this coaching staff of Coach Meeks decides. Is they're going to call a timeout here with 8:28 remaining in the first to talk it over as we come back to you for 4th down and 5 from the Potts Camp 42 on RCTV 19.
Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filing.
Welcome back to Potts Camp High School. John Noah, Owen Taylor. Ball on about the 45-yard line. The Wildcats in that shotgun formation they've gone to some this year. They're going to about to pass. And I believe that should be a little bump.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a little bit of contact, but on 4th down and 5, just a little bump by the DB and the wide receiver. Looks like they're going to let that one slide. And more than that, it looked like Drew Jackson never let himself get comfortable in that 4th down.
Right.
He never really set his feet to put one into that throw. Instead, was kind of drifting back and just out of the reach of his intended receiver. So a big stop for Potts Camp as they will have their first offensive drive from their own 42-yard line on 1st down. It will be Aldridge. Take the snap. Actually, I think I'll have to check and make sure that is Aldridge, in fact, as it was a direct snap to the quarterback. And that went for no gain. It was, in fact, Aldridge. First time seeing these Pot Camp team. Got to make sure we've got the correct players. But Aldridge, for a run of no gain, is going to bring up 2nd down and 10. We knew that Aldridge was going to want to run the football as much as he threw it from the quarterback spot tonight.
Well, and that's something the Wildcats have seen on film, if they did have film, that Aldridge is a quite athletic quarterback. So, Coach Meeks has coached his defense up well to stay on Aldridge.
It looks like it's going to be another keeper from Aldridge. He's going to try to break a couple of tackles, but he is brought down after a gain of about 2. A couple of tacklers there. Caden Armstrong, one of them, and Trenton Braddock, another. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
Well, you got to give credit to number 5, Adrian Palmer, out here. He didn't make the tackle, but he did what he was supposed to. He got outside of Aldridge's run lane, made him cut back up inside, and caused him to turn back into help, which was a good job by Palmer stretching it out to the outside. He might as well get the credit for the tackle there, but he didn't.
3rd down and 7 from the 45-yard line. Aldridge. Potts Camp ran the ball. They're opening 2 plays. Now they'll look to throw. Aldridge looks, fires off his back foot. That one nearly intercepted, but instead it's caught by the intended receiver on a tip. He goes out of bounds but that is going to be a first down for the Potts Camp Cardinals. And, John, that is a situation where Potts Camp's going to get the first down off the deflection, but really, if it's reeled in, that's a pick six.
Yeah, you're going all the way. You're running that one all the way back to Tippah County. But just a heck of a play there to fall the way of the Potts Camp Cardinals.
That's number 24, Cade Palmer, a junior, on the reception on 3rd down and 7. So now Potts Camp for the first time tonight threatening on their opening offensive drive as Aldridge will get ready to take the snap from the shotgun set. It's a snap, a handoff to the running back for the first time tonight as he'll go for about 5 or 6 yards. Looked like the ball came loose, but it was after his knee was down. Going to try to get the number of that running back. Looks like number 45, Travion Rooks, as it has been informed to me by the fine people here at Potts Camp. So a run of about 4 for Rooks on his first carry tonight. 2nd down, shotgun set yet again. Trips receiver to the left side right off the line. Another handoff to Rooks, and Rooks is going to keep getting pushed by his offensive line. Now Walnut will push back, and finally the pile falls forward for a gain of about 6. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 1, and that's a nice push by the Potts Camp offensive line.
That's actually going to bring up 3rd down and about 4.
So they're going to call him for forward progress before the push, the pile fell down.
Right. And we're right there on 3rd, about 3 or 4.
It looks like indeed 3rd down and 4.
Oh, and let's see what the Wildcats drop defense will here. They've been content to run Brooks in the quarterback and says, this is going to be a quarterback sprint. No, he's going to turn. He's going to run.
Oh, and he's got plenty of room. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. One man to beat. He's going to decide to go out of bounds, but it is more than enough for a first down. And now we got a late flag.
And that's going to be a block in the back.
I think it is, but that's going to be a spot foul. So it should be a first down regardless for Potts Camp because that is a spot foul, and it was past the line to gain. But we will see. I guess it depends where they believe the block in the back was engaged.
We'll see what the man in the stripe says. It'll be a legal block in the back on the Cardinals.
So it is the block in the back. Let's see again. It all depends. This is a spot foul just like holding. So it will depend where they think the block in the back was initiated.
And that will be 3rd.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about maybe a couple yards behind, maybe about 3rd and 6 instead of 3rd and 4. So it looks like it was not enough for the first down, but also not enough to actually, no, now they are going to move the chains. In fact, it was a first down. Yes, so he got the line to gain before the block in the back was initiated.
Okay,
so it is a first down. The chains were late moving, so it made us think it was 3rd down, but it was, in fact, first.
And there we see the looseness of the young quarterback or the senior quarterback from Potts Camp who went to follow his blockers around the left side of the line, right side of the line, and the play was blocked down, and he just turns around and goes to the left side of the field and gets outside very quickly.
It is Aldridge again carrying for a gain of about 1. Yeah, going back to that 3rd down, John, when you go right side of the line does their job. They contain and makes them cut it back left. That's where the opposite side of the line, you can't stop. You can't stop playing. You got to make sure that you're doing your job as well, as the Walnut Wildcats couldn't keep contained there, allowed for the first down despite the block in the back. Handoff up the middle to now who I believe was told is Ryan Jones, number 15, another senior.
Yeah, that's that name you were talking about earlier. That's one of the other leading rushers on team 15, Jones.
So Jones has been the tailback tonight as it brings up 3rd down and 6, as another senior that was honored tonight was the place kicker of this Cardinals team. Not quite sure of his range. However, you are at about the 25-yard line, so you're looking at a 42-yard field goal from this point. Cardinals would certainly like a first down here on 3rd down. They're going to throw deep with Aldridge, and he overshoots his man. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication between him and Jones. So 4th down and about 6 coming up. Let's see what the Cardinals and Coach Russo decide to do with Jesus Ramirez, a senior, number 13, the kicker and punter of this team. But it looks like they're not going to trot him out. Instead, the Cardinal offense will stay on the field and go for it on this 4th down and about 6.
It's kind of in that no man's land here. We don't know the leg of the kicker. He may have a 60-yard leg, but we didn't see him warming up in practice. So
it is trips to the right side, shotgun set. Now going to put Jones in motion 5 wide now. Aldrich looks, fires, and that ball was tipped at the line, incomplete. A great play by the front four of Walnut. Otherwise, that's a first down because this man's wide open over the middle.
Yep, guys. Nice change of possession there for the Wildcats. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. Come back with more quickly here on TV 19.
For almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19. These two teams moving fast. 4:06 already left in the first quarter. It's play action on first down. Jackson steps up, runs to the left side, still looking, still fighting. He's finally going to be brought down in the backfield for a sack. And it looks like, again, that's none other than big number 78, Ethan Bridges, to bring him down.
Yeah, Bridges gets back there.
First sack of the game for either squad, as it's going to bring up second down at about 14 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, so second and about 14, as you said.
We talked about, this Walnut offense, it thrives on getting in front of the sticks. If it gets behind the sticks, it struggles. So, obviously, on first down, you run play action. You're expecting them to think, okay, you're going to try to establish the run like you did last drive, and nothing gets open. Credit the Potts Camp secondary to not allow anything to get to open up. But now you're behind the sticks, and it really changes what you want to do on offense. Jackson in motion, puts Gray in motion, and Jackson looks, fires down the middle of the field, and that one nearly intercepted by the DB of Potts Camp. It's going to bring up third down and 14, and you'd expect Walnut again to be in an obvious passing situation.
And I do not know the condition of Jackson Leak.
Jack Leak.
Jack Leak, he's been a go-to receiver for the Wildcats. Haven't seen him out there, and I'm sure he is probably out with that shoulder or the collarbone injury. That's you may be seeing a little bit of an issue there.
Third down and about 14. We'll see what the Wildcat offense draws up here. Gray in motion again. Jackson rolls right, now throws over the middle. Can't find his man Gray. A little bit short, incomplete. So Potts Camp, after allowing Walnut to drive on their side of the field in the opening possession, responds with 3 incomplete passes, a 3 and out. And if you're Coach Russo, you couldn't be more pleased with how your defense responded.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And we do want to remind you, if you're on TV 19 and you turned over to see the First Baptist Church web broadcast, that we are live tonight due to a Thursday night game, a very rare Thursday night game, but we're here live from Potts Camp High School. So if you're turning across to see First Baptist, tune in. That show will be aired quickly after the contest is over tonight.
My goodness, and that punt took a hard Potts Camp roll into Walnut territory. So the Cardinals will be inside the 40 when we come back on RCTV 19.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. 5 wide set on first down, and it's a quarterback draw for Aldrich as he isn't able to get past the front four. A great play made by number 63 of the Wildcats. Actually, that's number 53, excuse me. That's Dylan Mayo with a huge stop in the middle, or Dylan Mayo or James Mayo. It's listed both as number 53 in the roster. Either way, the son of the Mayos made a great play in the middle of the field to stop what would have been a first down rush for Aldrich.
And don't forget to go out and like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media pages. That's our YouTube, our Facebook, our Mississippi Sports Group.
Aldrich looks, fires one deep to his man on the right side, and that one is intercepted by the Walnut corner. Looks like he might have actually went down at the one, but no, now they're going to say touchback. And regardless, what a play by the DB of the Wildcats. Going to try to get the number on that gentleman who got the interception. Is all the way on the opposite side of the field. That looks like it's
5, Adrian Palmer.
Looks like it was Adrian Palmer. So a fantastic play by Palmer to bring that one in, because that was a one-on-one ball But it is also going to be spotted at the 1 yard line. So Palmer didn't quite get in the end zone. So Walnut, despite the great turnover, now they've got to make sure that they get out of the end zone and don't give up 2 points. Handoff to Gray, and Gray is stuffed, but let's see. Are they ruling safety? I haven't seen an official ruling yet. Never saw either ref put their hands up.
No, the official signal safety.
It looks like no. They're going to say got just outside the end zone. The Potts Camp defense thought it was a safety, but regardless, this is a situation where usually you go power and you run it, but Potts Camp is run committing, sending all 11 guys. So maybe you think about trying to leak a guy out on play action and just quickly throw it up, see if he can get behind the defense. You got to be careful about just running it straight up the middle and giving up 2 points. And there is the play action I mentioned, and it is complete. Great defense by Potts Camp, though, on Zyler Clifton as he only gets about 2 yards of breathing room. So, but I might be a prophet calling that play action on second down.
Well, and you're exactly right there. But now that was open your playbook up a little bit more, you don't want to go way outside the box here in your third and step close to your end zone because you want to give your quarterback, if you're going to throw, plenty of time to throw where he doesn't get sacked for a safety here. But you want to give your offense a chance to gain that first down here too as well.
So third down, and what the press box is ruling a 6 to go from about the 5 yard line. Heavy set again. Jackson looks, play action. Here's that little screen they like to run with the fullback. That's Clifton. Clifton's out on the run to the 15, and he's down at the 17. It's a first down, but the flags come out late. So let's see what the ruling is from the officials. That was right after the tackle. So usually when they come out like that late, it's a defensive penalty, but we will see what the ruling is.
So the call is by the man in the striped shirt.
I didn't see a face mask or a horse collar when I saw it, but
maybe holding.
It was so late in the play.
I don't know,
but we will see what the white hat rules as he gets ready to make the call. He turns our way, and an eligible man downfield for Walnut.
Okay.
So, that is going to bring the play back, and we will play third down. And, I'm not going to argue it because when you get on those screens, it can get very easy for a lineman to get downfield. Just seems really late to call an illegal man.
Well, and what's the ruling in high school? Is it the same as it? It's been so long since I played.
In college, it is no more than 3 yards down the field, and most high school rules mimic college rules. Not always, but I know in the NFL it is 5 yards. In college, it is 3 yards. So, regardless, that is the ruling on the field. Third down and 9 after the penalty. And it looks like it'll just be a handoff to Gray. And Gray, he cuts it back. He might get to the first down, but no. A great play by the secondary. Potts Camp comes up and stops Gray after he cuts it back on the inside. And you would expect it to force the Wildcats to punt.
Yeah, but after that last punt, we don't know. Yeah, looks like they're going to sit out the punt unit.
I don't think the punt's going to get off, though, as we are ticking down in the final few seconds of the first quarter. No score. It's been a defensive battle so far, but Walnut will be punting the football away inside their own 10 when we come back on RCTV 19 for more Walnut football.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. Updates from around the area, games of interest. Near the end of one, it is Houston leading New Albany 22-0. So it looks like obviously anything can happen, but if that pace stays, Ripley with a win tonight will be the 2 seed. But as a timeout's taken on the field, also we've got another score of interest being Ripley, 9-0. Ripley leading Pontotoc with 8.5 remaining in the first. Ty Long with a touchdown run, 3 carries for 52 yards on that touchdown drive for Ty Long. Also, on the first play of game, there was an illegal block in the end zone, which resulted in a safety. So that's how we got to our 9-0 score.
Okay, and the illegal block in the end zone. What does it tell us how that happens?
Most likely a chop block, clipping, holding, block in the back.
And it happened in the end zone.
Yes,
okay.
It occurred in the end zone. As you know,
any
offensive penalty that occurs in the end zone is a safety. So that is what that score is over there. We're going to be trying to bring you scores from across the area tonight, as obviously 2, 3, and 4A are playing tonight. 1, 5, and 6 are playing tomorrow.
That's right. And then tomorrow night, of course, Faulkner still has a chance to get into the playoffs. And down at Ashland, they have to win.
So we will see what Faulkner can do tomorrow, as it looks like Potts Camp doesn't have a returner back. They're playing safe. Also might bring a few after the punter. But no, actually, Walnut's going for it on 4th. Sorry about that. Gray is carrying, and he's got the first down and more. Broke through a couple tackles, still fighting. He's carrying about 3 men on his back. Camarion Gray with a huge run. That one was dead in the backfield, was going to give Potts Camp the football inside their own 15. But instead, Gray decides to drag about 3 blockers with him, and it is a first down for Walnut.
Yeah, play clock's off on the field, so it's being taken care of by the officials on the field. So we will definitely keep up with that. Wildcats have to keep that in mind. You know, something as an old offensive lineman, you like to see that play clock up there so you know how much time you had, but
now you just kind of got to have the idea of you can keep a mental clock, but it's also, all right, no burning time. You get the play call in, you get up to the line, and you get ready to snap it.
Right.
So the play clock is back on, but we will see when it's on one side, rather. So it is Drew Jackson, play action, throws to Clifton. They're going to try that little leak out, play action, play again. No flags this time. It's a first down and more for Clifton. He's finally brought down at the 45-yard line, and now a late flag comes in yet again. But that one did look like it might have been a face mask. But again, we are not sure. But it comes in late. Let's see what the ruling is.
So the man in striped shirt comes over here and tells us.
Again, 11-10 remaining in the second quarter play. Both teams scoreless to this point so far. It looks like they are pointing towards the Potts Camp side of the field. So, again, still no ruling, but we shall see.
Awful long discussion here between the officials.
North and South Pontotoc still playing as well tonight. That one, no playoff implications, but obviously a huge rivalry game. And it looks like it's unsportsmanlike conduct, actually, on the Potts Camp Cardinals. So not a face mask, but it is a 15-yard penalty, and will add extra yardage to the first down gain by Zyler Clifton. It's going to move the football into Potts Camp territory.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Reminder, if you have the roster signed by head football coach Richard Russo.
Football is moved to the 41 of Potts Camp.
For a chance to win a PC hat.
Walnut back on offense now. Looks like they're going to come back out in that power set. That's been successful for the Wildcats tonight.
And they will go with a counter, C.J. Adams, but it's going to be a false start by Walnut. We'll back it up 5, and we'll try it again. As there have been game started out decently clean in terms of penalties, but these past 2 drives, there have been penalties on just about every play, it seems like.
Yeah, it seems like the referees have to remember where their flags are. I'm not going to call the referees out, but they do seem to be a little penalty happy in the second quarter.
Probably nobody cares but me. But while we're in this break of action, I'm a uniform aficionado, as I like to call myself. Ole Miss has announced they're wearing powder white this weekend. 9 different combination in as many games.
Wow.
So anyway, that little tidbit aside, for those who don't care about college football, Jackson throws it in play action, took a hard hit, and it's incomplete. Jackson did a good job. He stepped into the throw against the pressure, and he was going to take a hit, but just a little bit off target. It was Jamie Muse, a junior, number 11, who put the pressure on Jackson. It's going to bring up second down and 15.
Yeah, and so
John, looks like you got you a good yawn in there.
No, gracious, I did not mean to do that, folks. At home, I do apologize.
It happens, you know.
It was right in the middle of a thought, and it just hit me. But looks like Walnut, they're doing a good job. They're well matched across the front 7 of the Cardinal offensive and defensive lines. But they just that time they let Drew Jackson the pressure get to Drew Jackson, and he did not get a good clean throw off. Looked like he had to come in wide open on that side of the field that he was looking to.
Shotgun set. Jackson rolls right, throws deep. That one is intercepted by the Cardinals. And still returning it across the 50 to the 45, the 40. One man to beat. He will go out of bounds, but Potts Camp with a huge defensive play. Really just kind of lurked that play to soft zone in the flat. Jackson thought he could throw it over the man, but in fact he could not. And who else but the quarterback, Peyton Aldrich, who made that interception. So a two-way player as he gets a huge pick. Just kind of lurked that one, Yeah,
he used to be back there. Old sayings played center field on that one. Really.
I don't know Aldrich's height, but he got up there for that football.
Yeah, he did.
That was a high pass, but he was able to leap in the air and get that for the Cardinals. So it's first down inside the 40-yard line of Walnut for the Cardinals as they start this offensive drive. They put the running back in motion. Aldrich looks, throws over the middle, finds his man, complete. But there is a flag in the area of holding near the offensive line. So you would assume that we're going to move it back 10 yards and try it again on first down. We'll see how that interception shifts it. That was one of my keys. No turnovers. And that you give up that turnover, and that was the loudest we had heard the Potts Camp sideline tonight.
Well, and I think you find Drew Jackson there just a little guilty of staring down his receiver.
So it's going to be, in fact, a hold. Yes, it'll move it back 10 yards. We'll try it again on first down. So that's a nice break for the Walnut defense, as all of a sudden they got put on their heels a little bit, but after the holding call, they now have a little bit of breathing room to work with. Now you just got to not give up 20 yards in 3 or 4 plays, as we are kind of in no man's land yet again.
Yeah, and it looks like, the Cardinals will look to stay in that shotgun formation.
Looks, handoff up the middle, and another flag comes in. So, again, that looks like that might be in the area of holding yet again. We will see if that is, in fact, we're going to be looking at 1st and 30, John.
That's a long, or do they decline it and take second down?
I would think you just take the extra yards until they prove they can move the football effectively enough to get 30 yards in 3 plays. You take the because now you're essentially, as long as you don't give up a deep bomb or a busted coverage in the run game, you're all but ensuring that you're getting the football back in 3 plays. I mean, 30 yards in 3 plays. If you can't, I feel like Coach Meeks would say, if our defense can't stop them in 3 plays for 30 yards, we don't deserve the football.
Right.
So, first down and 30 now. Aldrich rolls right, immediately designed to roll. Now he's going to toss one up, almost just like a Hail Mary, thrown up and should have been intercepted by Austin Watson, but just went through his hands. And really, I don't want to say that it's better because it's always good to get a turnover, but that would have been essentially an arm punt, as it would have gave Walnut possession inside their own 20. So
right.
It would have been an arm punt.
And we saw a little different formation out of the Cardinals that time, a little tight, stack set to our side of the field that time by the Cardinals, which allowed gave the Tigers a different. I mean, no Tigers. We've got the Tigers on our mind. The Wildcats a different look on that. And they go back to that same formation.
Aldrich looks, runs, He will throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones.
Be another holding.
And he is going to be down to the 40. But again, another holding possibly. If so, we will be looking at 2nd and 40. John, if I can take you down memory lane, this isn't exact. If you watch college football, this reminds you a little bit of not obviously it wasn't to that extent. 3rd and 97 with State and Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, State and Louisiana Tech a few years back where the players, both teams could not hold on the balls. The fumble line of them.
This isn't 3rd and 97, but I mean, you're looking at, all right, let's chunk it twice, and if nothing happens, just punt the football away.
Yeah.
And really, I can't tell you the amount of times I've seen 2nd and 40. I know I can tell you I counted on at least one hand.
Well,
no more than one hand.
What was it, a couple weeks ago we saw a play that probably half the country had never seen in the 3-point play.
The free kick.
The 3-point, the 3 kick is.
You get unique football on RCTV 19. And 2nd down and 40. It is a screen, and the play is made in the backfield by the Walnut defense.
I believe it was number 0, C.J. Adams on the play.
It was C.J. Adams, and John, there was no holding call on that play.
That was.
So 3rd down and 40. Let's see what the Potts Camp offense elects to do. Let's see if they decide to chunk one up, just to heave one up, see if maybe you can't get a pass interference or, a lucky tip ball. Or if they just decide to run the football once and punt it away. 9:43 and running here in the 2nd quarter, still scoreless.
And Coach Meeks, you can hear him across the way. You can almost hear him through our headsets, how he was hollering.
Hey, he's got a man beat, but just out of the reach of his man. So now they will trot out the punt unit. And, that was the Walnut defense got fortunate there because they were not it's almost like they weren't prepared for just streaks, go routes, and they were playing up on the line and pressing. Like you said, you could hear Coach Meeks telling them, don't get beat, don't get beat over the top. But they were playing up like you're guarding them for a 5-yard out route. So really lucky because a man was open, just threw it a bit out of his reach.
Yeah. Sophomore Adrian Palmer there was on that coverage, and that was.
Punt is away by Potts Camp. It takes a little Walnut bounce as it's going to be down right at the 50. So in all, considering how that drive went for Potts Camp, not the worst result as Walnut takes over at midfield when we come back.
Experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
We welcome back to RCTV 19. I formation. 1st down and 10 from midfield. Jackson will hand off up the middle to Adams, and Adams straight up just puts his shoulder down and falls forward for about 5.
Yeah, nice gain there by the big man, C.J. Adams.
So it looks like based on that play call, and obviously there's a lot more football to be played just in this drive alone, but 2 straight drives where Walnut threw the football the majority of the time. So, John, it really looks like Coach Meeks, all right, we got good field position. Let's reestablish the run here.
Yeah. And that's something the Wildcats have leaned on all year is that power game. That's something Walnut's always been known for, a good running game. So, they're looking to reestablish that line of scrimmage.
2nd down, handoff to Gray. Gray breaks through tackles, got a 1st down and more. He will finally be brought down inside the 40-yard line of Potts Camp, but it will be enough to move the chains as Walnut has a 1st down on 2 run plays, one from Adams and one from Gray. Walnut will make some substitutions.
Yeah, I did say want to make some substitution there. I wasn't sure who came in there. Did you catch?
I did not. But this is a Walnut team that they are not going to be in a rush to get up to the line of scrimmage. They want to play control the possession football. They want to win the time of possession and move the chains. As Adams gets a Handoff up the middle, and he's going to take it for about 8 yards. And all of a sudden, this Walnut team that went away from the run for a little bit has found the run game, and they are driving down on the Potsdam defense. Ball to the 30-yard line now, second down 2.
Well, that was almost a zone read there by the fullback. I believe he had could read what hole to go through there. It wasn't exactly the old-fashioned 41-on-1 that we were so used to there. Out of the wishbone, got to give a shout-out to Coach Timmy Moore on that 41-on-1.
Second down and 2.
And I believe that's going to be a false start on the Wildcats, yes.
False start against the Wildcats. Replay, second down.
So we'll move back to second down and 7. Got another score update. This one from the college realm, a team that don't get enough love in our state. Of course, I was talking to one of my buddies a couple hours ago who's a big Southern Miss fan. They're currently leading Louisiana in a primetime game on ESPN2, 20-2.
Oh, wow.
So we got a safety in Hattiesburg, but that is a huge game. That'd be a huge win for Coach Will Hall if he's trying to build that Golden Eagles program back.
Right.
Second down and 7. Handoff to Gray. Gray's got a first down and more. He's still running. He's inside the 30, the 25. Might have got past the 20. He did, down to about the 17-yard line. So the first red zone trip tonight for the Wildcats.
And, folks, just so you know, Camarion Gray is just a sophomore.
That's crazy. Hey, Camarion Gray runs like he's a senior.
Yeah, he is just a sophomore. So big things ahead for that young man. You know, we've talked about the kid down that's at Alcorn State now. I cannot think of his name. Monteiro Hunt. That's at Alcorn State now. That's actually having a wonderful year down at Alcorn State. You know, he's just another stable that Walnut's running in there at running back.
We've got a officials timeout, it looks like, as I think we're going to check the chains, make sure that we're spotted correctly.
Okay, maybe we have
Looks like
maybe there was a chain linkage problem over there. I'm not sure what exactly happened on that end.
Looks like it was remedied quite quickly. Adams up the middle, driving, fighting. He's got another 8 or so yards. Second down and short coming up, and that's going to be inside the 10-yard line. So Walnut just doing what they did in the early part of the season. You know, later in the year, they've had trouble establishing power football, running it. But so far on this drive, this is what I imagine Coach Meeks wanted to do coming out the gate.
Yeah, you almost couldn't play any better if your Coach Meeks over on the Walnut sideline right now. You know, they're gaining yards where they need to be gaining yards on. They're staying ahead of the sticks. They're controlling the football right now. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, which for the Wildcats is a dream right now.
So we've got a flag. It looks like that's going to be a false start yet again. We'll look for the signal. Indeed it is. 5 yards back. We'll try it again. 6:23 remaining in the first half of play. Still scoreless, but Walnut obviously threatening.
Looks like Potsdam's going to send in some beef on the defensive line. Send in number 74.
It just gets worse over in New Albany. 27-0. Houston leading in the second quarter.
And folks, if you were not at Ripley last week, you missed a Houston team that can. I don't see who's stopping them.
Would you be surprised if I told you that Jamal Cooperwood already had 2 touchdowns and
No, sir.
Over 100 yards rushing?
No, sir.
That pass incomplete from Drew Jackson. It's going to bring up third down to about 8. But that Houston team is just incredible. I mean, they are, and that makes you honestly hopeful of Ripley's chances. You know, if we look over that side of the county, that was a Ripley team that gave Houston all they wanted.
Yeah, and came back on Houston and had every shot in the world to win.
Had the lead with 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, so you know that's you can't, you know, Ripley yes hangs their head down, but you know they can't now they got to look forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right. 39-8, shotgun set. Let's see what the Wildcats do here. They put Gray in motion. It looks like it's a sweep to Gray. He cuts it back into the middle of the field. I don't think he got to the first down marker. He did not. He's about 3 yards short. So 4th down and a decision to make for Coach Meeks and his squad. It looks like without hesitation the Wildcat offense going to stay on the field?
Yeah, I don't know the situation in the Walnut kicking room. When I played, we were not kicker happy. I'll just put it to you that much. Walnut, of course, the last great kicker Walnut was a young man that most people probably will remember, a young man named Alex Montanado, who was a fiend. Kicked a 52-yarder up at Middleton one night. I remember I was there for that one.
Heck of a two-way kicker. 4th down and 5. Shotgun set, but a timeout's going to be called by Coach Meeks and the Walnut staff. They're going to
just a little fact. That's when Walnut was at 1A, not 2A. So.
4th down coming up, a big one for the Wildcats. 5:03 remaining in the first half on RCTV 19.
It's a front end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stuart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season.
RCTV 19 welcomes you back. 4th down and 5. John, what's your play call here?
Oh man, I don't know that you just don't run the old naked bootleg here.
It looks like it's just power, but Gray was stopped in the backfield. Potts Camp got a heck of a push up front, and it'll be a turnover on down. So they went power the whole drive, and it was effective about the whole drive. But on 4th down, when they needed the push, Potts Camp got their first push of the drive.
Well, and that's why I call that the old naked bootleg, the old naked reverse. You hand the ball off to that side, you fake the handoff. Drew Jackson runs, goes to the outside, and gets, has all the room in the world, I believe, there if they call that play. But I'm not the call. I don't earn those money, so Coach Meeks does, and he had obviously thought he had the play he wanted. So we'll see if that shifts momentum back to the Potts Camp sideline.
North Pontotoc leading South Pontotoc 13-0. A score of interest in that division with Ripley as Aldridge steps up, looks, and he is going to take a big hit in the middle of the field. That's not going to be a sack as Aldridge got about a yard from scrambling. But a nice hit on the quarterback there and a great job by Caden Armstrong to make sure that Aldridge doesn't get any more on the scamper.
Well, you got to know, and I'm not in the defensive mind of Coach Meeks and the defensive staff over there, but you got to know they've got to have a spy on Aldridge. If I'm Coach Meeks, I'm having somebody go with him to the bathroom. I mean, we joke about that, but you go wherever he goes.
2nd down and about 8. Shotgun set. Aldridge takes snap, hands off to Jones. Jones breaks a couple tackles. He's got a 1st down and more. He's sprinting. He is to the 35, and he finally goes down, tackled by Camarion Gray. That is a 1st down for Ryan Jones, and the Cardinals move the sticks.
Yeah, that's the first big run by Jones tonight.
4:05 remaining. Quick snap, hand off to Jones yet again. He has no room there. A great job by the edge rusher, Austin Jones, number 40, to make the stop there. He did a great job of getting the stop there on the edge.
Yeah, good time there. Good job there by number 40, establishing the edge there, not letting Jones get outside.
The edge or the score of interest in this division, Baldwin, 21, East Union, nothing at the half. Aldridge pitches it back to Jones. Jones trying to get a little bit of space, but he can't get it, maybe a yard. Ball came out late, but I think they're going to say he was down. So 3rd down and 9 coming up. But, yes, if that pace continues, Baldwin is going to win this division with East Union being the 2.
And, folks, we saw Baldwin a couple weeks ago. That's a legit ball team.
It is, no doubt about it.
We cannot say anything, but they are just they are the class of this division this year. Maybe the class of 2A.
As you quickly see the standings, Baldwin and East Union playing for the division tonight at 4-0. Baldwin with a win at home would take it. East Union is clinched in at least the 2. So Baldwin, East Union, no matter what tonight's result is, will host a playoff game. You obviously see Potts Camp at Walnut. Winner tonight goes to the playoffs. Loser season is over. Aldridge on 3rd and 9, quarterback draw. He's tackled about 2 yards short of the line to gain. I want to make sure I get the number of that tackler because that was a huge one. Looks like, again, that was number 40, Austin Jones, a huge tackle to keep him short. But the Potts Camp offense looks like no debate. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1.
Yeah, we were just informed, and I believe this is right, that the winner of this game will go see a team that nobody likes seeing other end, and that's Eupora.
Oh, Eupora has been great this year. Pushing. It's close to the line to gain. Did he get there? It looks like they're giving him the yardage to gain. And that was close. That was very, very close. I'm going to say this. He might have got the line of the gain. However, I do think Potts Camp might have got a generous half yard or so. Yeah. I think it was right at the chains. But regardless, the officials did move it forward. And, again, in that pile, it's hard to see. The officials got a better look than we do, as it is a timeout on the field with 2:14 remaining at the 47-yard line. And Potts Camp want to bring up the playoff scenarios, again, for this division and Region 1-2A, as the winner of Baldwin and East Union tonight is the 1 seed. The loser is the 2. Belmont, who beat Walnut just a few weeks ago on RCTV 19 late, is clinched in the 3 seed. And so the winner of tonight's game with Potts Camp and Walnut, as you can see, is the 4 seed. We are still scoreless here, 2:14 remaining. So both of these teams, almost it feels like a heavyweight fight, John. Both of these teams throwing blows. Neither one of them able to land that knockout, but trying to see who's the first team to, knock a hard blow on the other.
Right.
Handoff up the middle to Jones. He got about 3 or 4. 2nd down and 6. So it looks like it was actually Travion Rooks on the carry. He's going to get it again. He's got a 1st down and more. He split up the middle of the field. 30, 25, down to the 23. And Potts Camp has got it into Walnut territory. So they go back-to-back inside zones, and a hole opens up for them.
Looks like Potts Camp's going to go a little hurry up here.
1:50 remaining. Potts Camp going to move the football quickly. Handoff again to Rooks. Rooks takes a hit from the backside. Chains couldn't quite get set, but now they finally do, and it looks like a gain of about 2. So now Potts Camp doesn't have to go hurry up. They've got plenty of time, only about 28 yards out from the end zone. 1:30 remaining. Both teams with 1 timeout according to the scoreboard. Here comes Aldridge. Takes a snap. Direct run. He's got it. 15, 10, 5, and he will be forced out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So with 1:16 remaining, it is Potts Camp who is threatening to put the opening points on the board tonight. So the design quarterback run, it gets them inside the 5, and Potts Camp, they don't have to go hurry up, but it looks like they're trying to keep getting this Walnut team off kilter.
Yeah, and that's something, I don't know Walnut prepared for.
Handoff up the middle, still pushing, still fighting. Didn't get to the end zone. In fact, only got about a yard. 2nd down and 4 coming up, and now Potts Camp looks like they're in no hurry now, as they are fine to run out as much clock as they can and leave Walnut with as little time to work before the half. Remember, Potts Camp gets the football to start, so Walnut really needs to come up with a stop here.
Yeah, big situation here for the Wildcats.
We got an official's timeout on the field, as I think they were respotting the football. They in a little bit of a Wildcat set now, as it's going to be Rooks to take a direct snap. Palmer out to the left side. Rooks, right side, just straight power. He's got a hole. He is in the end zone for a touchdown, but there is a flag. And let's see what the ruling is. You would assume, based on where it was thrown, it's an offensive penalty, maybe a hold on one of the receivers.
You're getting a much better view of it. I'm only seeing on TV screens, and you're getting a much better view of it than I am there.
Looks like it was one of the wideouts might have got called for holding on the edge. But we will see. No guarantee. Here comes the official ruling. It is holding on Potts Camp. That's going to wipe a touchdown off the board. and we'll move it back 10 yards. So now Potsdam will have to figure out what they want to do here on second down. You've got one timeout. You've obviously got to conserve it in case you need to stop the clock for a field goal or one final shot towards the end zone, depending on what they decide to do. Clock's going to run, 35 seconds remaining. Second down and 14 to get to the goal line. Aldrich looks, snaps, rolls left side. Now he's going to throw one to the edge. It is caught, and they're going to stop the clock now. Timeout's going to be called by Potts Camp. So Coach Russo decides to take his timeout now.
Yeah, let's stay here for this timeout. Owen, a Walnut is right now is bending but not breaking, and that's something that they, Coach Meeks is obviously, telling them, hey guys, let's still play solid defense. We're still got to play, and that's let's see if we can cause 3 points here.
Walnut is the benefactor of the holding call that did wipe the touchdown off the board, but credit them. They come back and sometimes there's a saying, it's sometimes better to be lucky than good, and they get that call, goes on the max up Potts Camp, and defended that pass well, didn't allow the receiver to get any more yards. So we're looking at about 7 yards to go from the end zone, and with 20 seconds here, you wonder, if it's Potts Camp, you've got to really throw in the end zone. You could throw it short and go out of bounds, but it's got to be something that's going towards the boundary or in the end zone.
Right.
You can't throw anything in the middle of the field, no timeouts, third down, so you can't spike it. So we will see what Potts Camp decides to do as Aldrich is in the shotgun. Looks to the right of him.
And I'm going to say the Wildcats will need to play contain on this.
Snap here. Looks. Aldrich going to run it up the middle, and he didn't get there. So 14 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. They got to quickly get up and decide what to do with the football. Walnut as a player down, 7 seconds, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. This is going to be the final play of the half. They're going to get the snap off. Aldrich looks, rolls right, now rolls back to his left. He's looking. Got to throw it in the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Potts Camp. So a little bit of improvisation by Peyton Aldrich. Finds his man in the end zone. Touchdown, Potts Camp, as it looks like he was able to maybe find the running back out of the backfield. Looking to get the official number of who that was.
I believe it was 15.
It was 15. That was Ryan Jones. So just at the end of the half, it is Potts Camp who strikes with a touchdown pass from Aldrich to Jones. And with the extra point, we will head to the halftime locker room. And that one is blocked and no good. So couldn't end without a little bit of extra mayhem. After 23 and 57 seconds of scoreless football, Potts Camp gets right in the end zone, and with time expired, and they take a 6-0 lead into the halftime break. We bring you back in just a few minutes after a word from our sponsors with the halftime show, some updates from around the northeast part of the state, and some talk about the second half. Again, Potts Camp 6, Walnut 0 at the half on RCTV 19.
Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. Diesel Oil, 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Bellhaven historic downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
We welcome you back to RCTV 19. 6-0 is the halftime score. Potts Camp leading Walnut here at home on senior night for the Cardinals. As I want to quickly get in a couple score updates of interest from around the area. At half, it is Baldwin 21, East Union nothing over in Baldwin, Mississippi. As that game continues how it is, some Urchin fans may need to go pick up some Pizza Factory to lighten up their souls. As Baldwin is doing what they've done to about everybody this year. They are starting strong, and they are rolling offensively.
Yeah, Baldwin's we saw a couple weeks ago, man. And like I said, we just can't give enough credit over there to the coaching staff at Baldwin for how they've really got a good team this year. And East Union not a bad team at all.
No,
we saw them a couple weeks ago when they played Walnut and just absolutely blew Walnut off the field quickly. And so Baldwin, as wasn't going to the end of the game. We thought it would be a lot closer than it is, but obviously Baldwin with great gameplay and great defensive scheme over there.
Yeah, and as we bring it up one more time, and you see the standings again, East Union and Baldwin were playing for the division title tonight. East Union, Baldwin 8-1, East Union at 4-5. They were winless in their conference or in their non-conference slate. However, undefeated in their division slate, so that's how they were playing for a division title tonight. But Baldwin, if that continues, look to regain the crown for the first time in 4 years. East Union has been the division champ in this region for the last 4 years. But then on the other side, as what we have here tonight, obviously Potts Camp and Walnut fighting for that final division spot at 1-4. As you see again, the playoff scenarios, Belmont clinching at the 3, East Union and Baldwin, regardless of who's the division winner, clinched in as the home playoff games. Potts Camp and Walnut, one team is going home and putting that helmet up for the final time tonight. The other team will go on the road to face a very good Eupora team next week. So both these teams fighting for the right to play in the postseason. And so far, it is Potts Camp who is on pace to do that, but still plenty of time in the football.
Oh, yeah, 6-0. And what a play that was almost a Johnny, look here what I found play. But the quarterback did a good job scrambling. The young man from Potts Camp found an open spot, sat down in it, and the quarterback just found him for a conversion there. Let's talk about a little 3A football, or a little 4A football in Ripley.
Ripley leading Pontotoc 16-7 with 3:51 remaining in the second quarter. Actually, that update was 12 minutes ago. I might have a sooner update. I do not actually. But Ty Long with 2 rushing touchdowns on the night, as the Ripley with a win there will put themselves in a position to be the 2 seed in that division, as we're also going to pull up quickly the playoff scenarios from the 4A division. Obviously, we're not going to go through all of them. There's so many, but essentially it goes like this for Ripley, based on what's happening tonight. Because on the other side on Union County, it is 27-0 Houston leading New Albany at the half. So if that stays, it's simple enough for Ripley. Win, and you get a home playoff game. It is as simple as that. There is no other, there's no other scenario in which Ripley could, if they win and Houston wins, there is no scenario where Ripley does not get a home playoff game, which is huge for the Tigers.
Right, that puts them sole in possession of second place.
Yes,
and here's the goofy thing about this. As good as Ripley could have played this year, now we're not wishing any bad luck on Ripley, and we hope they come out and they continue in. But if Ripley loses, they could even flip to fourth place.
Yes, they could.
That's crazy. As good a team as Ripley has had this year, they could slip all the way down to fourth place.
That's why coaches tell you, when it gets to division time, look, you're 0-0. None of what you did now matters. You can go pat yourself on the back and say, oh, look at what we've done in the non-conference division. Nothing matters until you get to those final 5 games of the season. So Ripley, as great as they've been all year, they're 3-1 when it's mattered. And, Houston's 4-0. So Houston looks like they're on the way to 5-0 winning the division. So Ripley just has to finish off what they have started at Pontotoc, and they will get a home playoff game next week do we have a 2-week break? I can't remember.
Not sure.
I can't remember how that works with 1, 5, and 6 if we have a week break next week. But regardless, Ripley looking down the barrel, if they can finish the job over in the holler, as they call it in Pontotoc, they will have a home playoff game waiting for them when the playoffs start for it.
And then we were just talking, I believe they're looking at maybe like a Corinth team or someone like that may be coming over to play Ripley. And we'll try to get that before the end of the night. So give you some playoff scenarios, things like that. But meanwhile, we're over here in beautiful Potts Camp, Mississippi. The Wildcats trail 6-0. We're going to hear a quick word from the rest of our sponsors. Come back with more from here on TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football.
Randall Miller is running for the Tippah Electric Power Association Area 2 Board of Directors position. He is a native of Tippah County, a Ripley High School graduate, and currently resides in Ripley with his wife of 45 years, Kim Malden Miller. His parents, Whit and Carleen Miller, installed a sense of patriotism and community in their children. That is why he seeks to work for our community and be a voice for the people. As a board director, he will use his training and experience to better serve all customers of the Tippah Electric Power Association. Your vote and support is greatly appreciated. Paid for by Randall W. Miller. James Story would be honored to serve the youth and families of South Tippah Schools as Precinct 3 board member. A retired educator with more than 38 years of experience, Mr. Story will represent the students and parents of Blue Mountain, Pine Grove, and Ripley with wisdom, fairness, and integrity. Remember, vote James W. Story on November the 8th. Paid for by James W. Story. B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. Coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19 as we get ready to kick the second half off. Walnut will be kicking off to Potts Camp. It is the Cardinals that lead 6-0 here on Potts Camp Senior Night. Remember, winner is the 4 seed out of the Region 1-2A. The loser will, as I said earlier, put that helmet up for the final time this season. So both teams you can expect to be fighting hard in the second half to keep their season alive.
Yep, both teams not looking to go in and play on the hard court instead of the soft court.
So let me ask you, John. This is a situation where your offense, you hadn't been able to get much done, but now there's Potts Camp besides the last drive where they, Aldridge was able to improvise. Do you have the confidence in your defense? Because Walnut's playing their usual base, only one guy 10 yards out, the other's about 12, 15 yards back. Do you think about maybe trying to onside it here out of the second to surprise them and get the football with how your defense is played?
You can't not draw it up that way. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see what Walnut decides to do. I'm not saying they will, but just something to keep in mind. And it will not be an onside, but it will be a little pooch kick. It's got to be fielded cleanly. And instead, he will just take it to a knee, and Potts Camp will get the football at the 21-yard line. And that's something I'm sure Coach Russo told him. If this is one of those squibblers and you catch it around the 20, just take the knee. Don't worry about the extra 2 or 3 yards.
And that's a good play there by the young man from Potts Camp. He had just a little trouble fielding it. So he picks it up, takes a knee, and the Cardinals will take over there.
So first down and 10 from about the 21-yard line for Potts Camp. As looks like we are going to have a
Fumble.
keeper with Aldridge. It looks like there is a fumble in the field, and Walnut has the football. Are they going to give Walnut the football? Let's see. I haven't seen a ruling yet, but it looks like, yes, they are going to give Walnut the football. So first play of the second half ends up with a turnover. We apologize as there was someone that had found their way in front of the camera trying to move along the stands, and it might have made you miss that fumble. We apologize, but it was a fumble and a quarterback keeper by Aldridge, and all of a sudden Walnut didn't need the onside kick. They're going to have the football in Potts Camp territory. First down. Jackson in the eye will hand off a fullback carry by Adams, and he might have got 3 yards, and then he'll be taken down.
Yeah, just a short gain there by C.J. Adams.
Clock running, 11:30 remaining in the third, just to get started it. We had the play clock fixed at the half, and all of a sudden it has gone out on us again. So, obviously, things you can't control. So, we will.
You gotta love technology.
You got to love technology for the good and the bad. Second down and 7, and looks like Potts Camp might have jumped. So, if so, Walnut will get an extra 5 yards. It is, in fact, offsides against the defense. So, second down and 2 coming up.
Yeah, good call. Everybody, they run the old freeze play there. And Walnut was the beneficiary of that. The young man from Potts Camp jumped offsides. 5 yards free there for the Walnut Wildcats. Second and about 4 now. Owen, what do you draw up here? Do you continue with that power game, or do you run a little?
I think you're just going to keep running the football. See if that can't be successful for you again. As Gray is going to carry it just to the marker. We'll see what the ruling is based on the
mass of humanity that they're piling there.
Based on what has been set kind of previously in this game, I would be kind of surprised they don't move the chains on because it's right at the line. Yes, they will go ahead and move the chains on. That's been an occurrence you've seen, it seems like, all year, John. A lot less measurements this year.
Yeah, well, I guess they're taking from high school and college baseball. You know, you got a pitch clock. Well, they got a chain clock. I guess. You know, I don't know. I mean, I'm not disagreeing.
I heard a saying once that officials are not paid by the hour; they are paid by the game.
Yeah,
so,
right.
First down and 10 as we move inside the red zone. A toss to Gray. Gray cuts it back into the middle of the field. He's got a couple defenders waiting on him. So 2 yards. About that for Gray as he is brought down. Second down and about 8 coming up for the Wildcats. And again, John, it looks like Walnut's wanting to establish that power run. They want to find the end zone with the running game how they like it.
Yeah, that's just Walnut's MO. That's been their MO all year. I believe that's going to be Potts Camp. Going to be a tie. Oh, we got an injured player on the field. So, tell you what, Owen, let's hear a quick word for our sponsors while they attend the young man from Potts Camp.
Right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 for this play resumes. Another score update at the half. Ripley 23, Pontotoc 7. Tigers coaching staff went for it from their own 45 on 4th and 5 with 17 seconds left to go, and it was a 55-yard touchdown pass from Ty Long to Ja'Kai Holmes.
How about that?
So Ripley is rolling in the holler as they look to get home field advantage with the 2 seed in the playoffs. Play action, Jackson looks, throws, finds his man Adams. Did he get in? Waiting for the call. Touchdown, Walnut.
That was a touchdown.
It was right on the boundary, just out of our line of sight, whether Adams was able to extend the football, but indeed he did, and it is a touchdown for the Wildcats. We are tied up with the extra point pending to give the lead to the Wildcats. And it looks like, as I look on the sideline, it looks like the injured Cardinal, number 45, Travion Rooks. He's been the number 2 back tonight for the Cardinals. So hopefully it's just a twisted knee, nothing more.
Yeah,
he can find his way back on the field.
He did come off the field, favoring that knee quite a bit. So I hope that's something that the young man can recover for. We do wish him all the best in the world.
2-point conversion. It's a double reverse, and Gray was snuffed out in the backfield. So we are going to have a tie football game at 6-all as Walnut couldn't find their way into the end zone to convert the 2-point conversion. So with 9:19 remaining in the third, we've got a tie ball game from Potts Camp as the Cardinals and the Wildcats battle back and forth 6-all as we bring you back on RCTV 19.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the GOAT.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services, LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services, LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck.
Welcome back to Pontotoc Camp High School. Wildcats scored, failed to convert a 2-point conversion off a double reverse. Now they send Cameron Gray back to kick.
That is a pooch kick. That is close to an onside, but it does go just a little bit too far. It'll be fair caught at about the 36-yard line. That is a little bit more airtime. You got 2 guys battling for the football right there.
Right, and well, the young man from Potts Camp did the exact right thing. There comes up and gives the clear.
That's a very smart. That's when you know Coach Russo and that special teams coordinator have got them very well coached. That's Coach Andrew Aldridge, his first year at PC this year. That's very well taught because, you talk about battling for the football, but when it's in the air, you can call that fair catch as long as it hadn't hit the ground yet. That's not a bouncer. That is a high-rising pop fly, basically. So you call it. It forces the defense to give you room to bring that in. That's a smart call by PC's special teams there. Run on first down goes nowhere. Second down and 10 awaiting from the 35-yard line. Potts Camp offense, 2 plays, no yards, and a fumble loss. Not the way I'm sure Coach Russo wanted to start after scoring on the final play of the first half.
Well, our sports fans, Paul's done a very good job containing the Potts Camp offense, keeping the quarterback who has got the.
It'll be an option toss to Jones from Aldridge as he's going to get about 2 yards and nothing more. Walnut looking a lot more sound against the run defensively here so far here in the third quarter.
What they did that time, you got to give Walnut credit. They made him pitch it, but once they made him pitch it, they also made the running back turn up inside for a short gain of only 2.
It's going to bring up third down and about 7 from the 38-yard line. Look for Potts Camp to throw the football here. Trips wide out to the left. Now he's going to throw to his man on an out route. It's caught right at the sticks. And I think that's going to be a first down. That was Zykeldrick Hammer. I hope I'm saying that name right, a junior. I am told that I said it right, so go me. Zykeldrick Hammer for the first down. That was a heck of a ball. That's just Aldrich saying, all right, I'm trusting my guy to go win a one-on-one matchup.
Yeah.
Threw it on the back shoulder, and Hammer took some contact, bringing it down, and got the first. As the chains move and the clock keeps rolling, 7:42 remaining. We're still tied at 6-all. Hand off to Jones. Jones will get nothing in the middle of the field, and might have got a half yard if that. But either way, second down and about 10 or 9 awaiting the Potts Camp offense. Looks like Walnut is really winning at the line of scrimmage for the most part. In this
they've settled down. They're playing good assignment football. They're not and something we can, and he may pull it here and run it. But this time we ain't seen the quarterback run the ball out here in the second half.
I'm being told it is Hamer on by our stream, so I apologize for that mispronunciation. I appreciate the comments telling me that. That's a pass over the middle of the field, and a great block downfield. Touchdown, Potts Camp, as it was Aldrich who found his man, Drew Hogan, the junior, over the middle. Is just a simple in route that he took to the house. That man's got breakaway speed, and it is a lead right back for Potts Camp.
Yeah, and that just the zone opened up across the middle for the Wildcat for the Cardinals, and he hits him for a big about 55-yard gain.
That was from, I believe, about about 55 yards. That's going to be a good spot there. So it is a lead now for Potts Camp of 6. Yet again, 6:51 remaining in the third. First extra point was blocked. They're going to try to get this one up and away. Kick is up, and that one is true, and that's a darn good-looking kick, as it is 13-6. Potts Camp leads. They got the lead back, and they lead by 7 on RCTV 19.
Best, Diesel Oil, 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotive.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19, 13-6, Potts Camp leading after the big touchdown pass from Aldrich to Hogan. And John, can't watch the replay right now, but when I go back and I try to watch games back later, the MVP, I don't know who the gentleman was that was blocking downfield, the receiver. He's the MVP. That's why that was a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
It got a great blocked, engaged with the Walnut defender for the 25 and blocked him all the way to the end zone, opened it up for the score. That kickoff is caught by Clifton. Clifton's up the middle of the field, and he's going to get brought down at about the 45 of Walnut. So great field position will await the Wildcats as they look to strike right back with 6:46 remaining in the third.
Yeah, let's see what the Wildcats come out with. See if they come out with that power game, or if they come back out and they try to spread them out a little bit. That's something.
And that's, John, that is going back to that touchdown. That is not just in the play, obviously, given the score. Walnut had finally gotten some good momentum on their side. It felt like they had the momentum of the football game, and that just flips it right back.
Yeah, you're right.
And obviously, in a game like this with playoff implications, winner stays, loser goes home. Momentum is about everything. Jackson hands off to Gray on first down. Gray will be brought down after a gain of about 4. Football's on the ground. Whistle never came in, so it is going to be recovered by Walnut, and that'll take the gain from about 4 to maybe no gain. Walnut lucky to fall back on the football that time.
Yeah, we got 2 Cardinal players down.
And that pile, it looked like some players might took some hard licks trying to go for the football. So while they're being attended to, we will hear a word from our sponsors. Be back here on RCTV 19.
Wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how
We welcome you back on RCTV 19. Both of those gentlemen walked off under their own power. Great to see. Based on how they came off, I would expect them to find their way back.
Yeah,
to the
they
football game.
one, the bigger number 78 was a little slower to get up, but the young man in the secondary got up quickly off a knee. So
Gray in motion, 2nd down and 9 after the fumble. Jackson play action, looks, rolls, fires, and that one is incomplete over the middle. Intended man was Austin Watson, but there is a flag in the middle of the field. That is in the area more of defensive holding. So we will see what the call here is. And that's thrown in the secondary, not at the line of scrimmage. So the only thing it could possibly be there is maybe the legal man downfield, but that wasn't a screen or an RPO, so you wouldn't expect a man to be downfield, an offensive lineman. It is, in fact, pass interference against the Cardinals, so that's going to be an automatic first down for Walnut. It's going to be a walk off of 10 yards. That's where they're stopping.
What? Okay, first of all, pass interference should be a 15-yard penalty.
Yes, if that is the case.
And so did they?
8, 11, 12, 13, 14, and give him 15.
Okay. we were not sure what the officials were doing there. And we were like, wow, I've never seen a 5-yard pass interference call.
So 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Toss from Jackson to Clifton. Clifton off the right side. He had a nice bit of room, puts his shoulder down, and gets about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3 awaiting.
And that's a different looking back in there. There's either Clifton in that running back. And I believe there goes number 78 back in the game. So good to see number 78 for the Pottscap Cardinals back in the game, who was just down a few minutes ago. So good to see him back going in there to get some play time.
2nd down and about 3. Awaiting as it is the wing tee set, it looks like, for Walnut. Jackson puts Clifton in motion. Fake toss, play action. Looks, fires deep, got Gray, and a fantastic touchdown saving play made in the secondary, guessed by who none other than Peyton Aldridge. A two-way warrior tonight.
Yeah, Aldridge had Gray covered up, and
if Aldridge doesn't get a hand on that, that's an easy 6 for Gray. He had beat him, but credit the young man. I say the young man, a senior quarterback and DB who has made his presence known. Already has an interception tonight, so give him a PBU as well.
No.
3rd down and about 4. They get the play call and quickly come out of the huddle, puts Gray in motion to the left side. Jackson fakes the snap. Looked like they were going to try to draw him off sides. Doesn't get it, so they will take a timeout, and the coaching staff will talk over this 3rd down play call. 13-6, 5:14 remaining in the 3rd. We bring you back on RCTV 19.
If you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven historic downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night?
Welcome.
Go ahead.
Sorry. We welcome you back on RCTV 19 out of the timeout.
Great minds think alike, Owen.
And we do. 4th down and about 4 to go. Jackson hands off to Clifton. Clifton's got more than enough for the first down. Still fighting inside the 20-yard line and about to the 20. So we're in the red zone. The Wildcats threatening to possibly tie this game up with 5:08 remaining in the third. And John, with how he ran the football, I might just run it with Zyler Clifton until they stop him.
That's a load back there, folks. He's about 240.
Clifton listed on the roster at 6'1", 255.
So he's a solid 6'1", 255.
That is the perfect way to put it. A solid 6'1", 255. When I had Mr. Gardner on the call with me, when we saw him, he equated him to the fridge, Fridge Perry.
Yeah, you're right.
First down and 10, and who else? Clifton's going to run it up the middle. He's got close to a first down, if not the yardage needed to move it to the 11-yard line.
Well, we talked about the young man from Houston last week, the kid that played nose guard that was 6'1", 290. You know, he was such a load at 6'1", 290. You go back a couple weeks ago to the young man from Ballin that was the defensive tackle who was about 6'2" and about 245, and how solid of a runner he is. From what I understand, Clifton's the fastest player on the team for Walnut.
I mean, he moves faster than you think. When he gets the ball, you're like, all right, he's just gonna run up the middle. You know, he's gonna just lean his arms. Well, he gets it, he bursts. I mean, he's gonna run the football. He's not just gonna lean forward. He's going to run the football with power and try to get around the edge if he needs to. Fake the handoff. Jackson looks, and now he'll fire back over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Good break up in the middle of the field by Potts Camp Secondary. 3rd down and 1, and if you're going to take a shot play action in the end zone, that's a good time to do it because now you're only left with a yard to get to move the sticks.
And I don't know that Jackson should not have took that ball and just went on around.
I think you're exactly right. I think Jackson, he could have had a shot at the end zone if he tucks it and runs.
And that's something Coach makes me tell you next time, son. If you have that opportunity, get all the yardage you can get.
3rd down and 1. Clifton is the back in the eye. They're going to hand off to Clifton, and Clifton, he's going to have more than enough for the first down as he will get inside the 5-yard line, maybe right to the 5, as right now it seems like Potts Camp is powerless to stop the running ability of Zyler Clifton.
Yeah, Clifton, like I said, about 6'1", 6'2", 245, 255, who is being much of a man on this drive for the Walnut Wildcats.
Zyler Clifton, pretty tall, very strong, you know.
Yeah.
That's about how he's ran the football tonight. He has ran it with power and really has given Walnut's offense the spark they needed. Hand off to Clifton. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Walnut. They will tie it with an extra point.
Touchdown, Zyler Clifton, and right up center, son. And you called it, and that has been.
That was the Zyler Clifton drive.
Yeah, you're right.
As Walnut, with an extra point, will tie this football game up. They didn't kick it originally when they could have taken the lead with an extra point, so let's see if they kick it here or if they decide to go for 2.
They stay on the ground here.
Would it be outlandish to say they hand the football to Zyler Clifton?
Just worked on it.
I know that's kind of an outlandish play call at this point, but we will see.
Well, they tried that little trickeration with the double reverse a while ago. That went nowhere. You know, that goes away from the Walnut style of offense where they're more power. That's a little bit more finesse type game.
Clifton is in the fullback spot, so maybe look for actually, no, he's going to be more in an H-back spot. Adams is the back. Gray in motion to the left side. Fake. Jackson is swallowed up in the backfield. He is sacked on the 2-point conversion, and Potts Camp keeps the lead. 13-12 is the score with 3:10. Potts Camp still has the lead. We bring you back in just a moment on RCTV 19.
is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 as 13-12, Potts Camp leads it with 3:10 remaining in the third. Remember, the winner here tonight moves on to be the 4 seed out of Region 1-2A. The loser has their season end as the kick is away to Potts Camp. Caught at about the 20, brought to the middle of the field, and he will get to about the 32, 33-yard line before he is brought down. And Walnut will come back out on defense, looking to get their offense the ball back with a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, and in that time we were discussing between the break what Walnut was thinking there. You know, they had ran the ball so well. Looks like they were trying to set up that little slip screen that they've ran so well over the past this year. Potts Camp does a good job staying home, get pressure on the quarterback, and getting a big sack there for the stoppage on the 2-point conversion.
As I'm going to be honest, I thought that was a flag that was chunked for a second. The official just chunked the ball back to the Walnut sideline. It looked like he threw a flag about 60 yards in the air, but it was just a football. So we're good. We're ready to start play.
Yeah, wasn't sure though.
Aldrich will take just a straight up quarterback power down the right sideline. He is right to the first down marker. Think he might be a yard short to the 44-yard line. 2nd down and 1 coming up, and looks like Potts Camp decides, all right, we're going to respond with power right back.
And, we talked about it before. Aldridge has not run the ball a lot this second half. He's been very reliant on his running backs and the passing game. But there he takes the ball on his own. And of course, he's running away from the side of the trips.
And we've got a official's timeout. And something is not right with the ball spot. The marker says at the 45, but the ball is clearly at the 44. So we're a yard off on our marker. It says 2nd down in inches, but that is a second and a full 1. And 3 or 4 people jump. We're going to have to decide who made who jump, because about 2 Walnut defenders jumped across the line and 2 Potts Camp defenders or offensive linemen jumped in retaliation. And it looks like they're going to roll offsides. So the marker really didn't matter to first down anyway after the offsides.
And another Cardinals first down.
So 1st and 10 coming up from the 49-yard line of Potts Camp. Cardinals ran one offensive play on this drive, and somebody jumped again. And this time it's going to be a false start.
False start against the Cardinals.
Against Potts Camp. So let's move it back, and you're moving it right back to where you are. The only difference is you got the movement of the chains, which honestly now works out maybe I don't say worse for Potts Camp, but instead of 2nd and 6, you're looking at 1st and 15. So we'll see what the result is here, but overall, these teams got to stay on side. Somebody's got to stay on side.
Well, this gets back to those holding penalties we had earlier.
Bad low snap, and Aldrich just took a hit because of it. Clifton laid the wood on Aldrich in the backfield. And, that seems to have been a recurring thing tonight for Potts Camp, John. They get some momentum, and you think back to the 2nd and 40 earlier, and now after you got an offsides movement of the chains, the false start, now the low snap. Potts Camp really has had a couple chances to put their firm grasp on this game, but just kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm. You're exactly right, Owen.
2nd down and 20. Aldrich looks, slings it, and incomplete. And the receiver in the middle of the field intended for is asking for a pass interference, but that was uncatchable.
That was, and it was uncatchable. And I think both players went for the ball at the exact same time. So
Not sure exactly what he was politicking for there, but got to give it to the young man to give the referee a look.
That's why they call it politicking, though, John.
That's right.
You're arguing for no reason. You know you're wrong, but you're going to argue like you're right.
That's right.
3rd down and 20 coming up as Potscamp will look to somehow find a way to convert at this 3rd down and keep the chains moving. Walnut just needs to get off the field. Walnut showing a little bit of pressure. They're going to bring 5, and the pressure did get there. Football is on the ground, picked up by Potscamp offensive lineman, saves the possession, but it will be 4th down and very, very long, and the punt unit will be forced to come out. So Potscamp will punt the football back to Walnut. Walnut's going to have a chance to get the football back and take the lead for the first time tonight with a score.
Yeah, Walnut does a good job that time on defense.
Punt is away, and remember the return man is Camarion Gray. So if he can catch it, Gray is obviously a threat to take this one back to the house. He's going to have a chance to return that one. It is a high leaner, and now Gray, great job by the Potscamp special teams unit as he will get it to about the 43-yard line. So Walnut, though, again, with good field position, we come back on RCTV 19.
Randall Miller is running for the Tippa Electric Power Association Area 2 Board of Directors position. He is a native of Tippa County, a Ripley High School graduate, and currently resides in Ripley with his wife of 45 years, Kim Malden Miller. His parents, Whit and Carlene Miller, installed a sense of patriotism and community in their children. That is why he seeks to work for our
1st down and 10 from the Walnut 43. Wildcats 13-12. They trail. Hand off to who else but Zyler Clifton, who's finally brought down for a gain of less than 4 yards.
Yeah, so
that's a win for Potscamp in itself.
Right.
So
Gray, Clifton, who was averaging 5 to 6 yards to carry on the last set of runs.
I think 5 to 6 might be generous.
Yeah,
I think
maybe
might have been more like 8 yards to carry. Clifton was just unstoppable in the last drive, but even still, when Potscamp gets good push and hits him early, he still drags him for 3 yards.
Right.
So 2nd down and 7 coming up. Jackson, hands off. Clifton's got some room. 1st down and more as he is still fighting. Finally brought down at about the 45, maybe the 44. And, John, you have to wonder if Coach Russo might not eventually be telling his defense, look, he's going to drag some guys forward, so just start swinging for that football, see if you can't knock it out.
Well, and, I hate to I'm not going to bring it up, but, he has had some trouble with the possessions of football. He's put it on the ground a few times, but tonight he's been very sure-handed. I don't want to jinx the young man from Walnut at all, being a Wildcat commentator here, but
1st down and 10. High form. Clifton will be brought down after about a yard gain. So 2nd down coming up, which will take us to the end of the 3rd. The 3rd quarter was a battle, and we now head into the final quarter. One team has 12 minutes left in their season, 13-12. The Cardinals lead the Wildcats as we come back for the 4th quarter on RCTV 19.
For the people. As a board director, he will use his training and experience to better serve all customers of the Tippa Electric Power Association. Your vote and support is greatly appreciated. Paid for by Randall W. Miller. James Story would be honored to serve the youth and families of South Tippa Schools as Precinct 3 board member. A retired educator with more than 38 years of experience, Mr. Story will represent the students and parents of Blue Mountain, Pine Grove, and Ripley with wisdom, fairness, and integrity. Remember, vote James W. Story on November the 8th. Paid for by James W. Story. B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons.
Welcome you back to RCTV 19. And John, as we still are in football season in this area, I want to give you a score update. Basketball has started for some tonight, one being the Ingomar Falcons over in Union County. The women dominate Holka, win 63-13. Huge win.
Wow.
Those Ingomar girls keep rolling, but a little bit maybe of an upset for some tonight. 62-56, Holka takes down Ingomar men in the first game of the season. So a great game over there with an Ingomar country. Clifton takes a toss, second down and 9. He's going to get about 6 yards. It'll bring up third down and 2 on the toss. As again, Walnut just goes right back to power running with Clifton.
Right. Looks like we got some trains crossing in front of us up here. So it's a
midnight stroll for the trains.
Midnight train to probably not Georgia, but down to Holly Springs or up to Memphis.
Actually, it looks like they're turning around. So two different trains crossing. Okay, I thought we might have had maybe like a turn at some point, but it's two different trains crossing. I don't know much about trains, so I'm not the one to commentate on that. Third down and 3. I'll stick to football. I formation. Toss, fake it. Jackson throws. Incomplete. Pass just quite didn't make it there. And it was there. The Potts Camp defense sold out for the run. I mean, everybody in the front seven crashed and left the DBs on an island.
And Potts Camp brought pressure, and that caused Drew Jackson to have to rush his throw.
So it's going to bring up fourth down and 3. Jackson and the offense will stay on the field.
Yeah, this is definitely four down territory here for the Wildcats. I think it's four down territory here on out.
Clifton is the back in the I form. Adams is the fullback. Jackson, snap. Clifton, think he's got the first. He does. He's going to keep fighting too. As he's still fighting down to about the 27. And Zyler Clifton is having one heck of a second half.
Yeah, Clifton has been the bell cow for the Walnut Wildcats here, running the ball in the second half. He has been the workhorse, as many would say. He has been. He's well close to 100 yards rushing now, I would imagine.
I would definitely think you're right, John. First down and 10 from about the 27. And toss to Clifton. Clifton dragging a man forward. And does he have the first down? No, but he's just, again, about a yard short. They're just letting Clifton get downhill on that toss, John, and Potts Camp really can't do much about it.
Well, it's just a good old-fashioned what we call the toss sweep. Looks like they may be pulling the front side guard, getting him out, leading the block. He kicks out the defensive end. The tackle blocks down. You have the guard that leads up in there and gives Clifton a good 8-9 yard run.
Second down and about 1, maybe a long one. Jackson, again, I form. That's a fullback dive to C.J. Adams. I think he got to the line to gain. A great job by the Potts Camp defense to swarm the middle, but just such a short yardage to go for the chains. I think Adam got it. Are they going to roll third and short, or are we going to move the chains? Let's see.
So what the official calls, if they call for a measurement.
They're going to just move the chains on. First down. Again, and there we talk about, John, just it feels like no measurements in high school football this year.
The head official comes in there and says first down.
Clifton fighting through tackles, continues. Guess what? It was a toss to the left side. I bet you would have never guessed that play call. But it is effective. Goes for 8 yards. And we are inside the 10-yard line, right at the 10. It's second down and 2. Comes up 13-12, 9:07 remaining in the ball game. Walnut trails by 1. Obviously a touchdown, and if they could get their first successful 2-point conversion of the night, it would make it a 7-point ball game, 20-13. But obviously, Walnut has to find their way into the end zone first. Jackson, handoff, Clifton, fighting, still fighting, touchdown, maybe, or did they say he steps out? It looks like they're going to say he stepped out short. Looked like he might have found his way in the end zone, but they're going to say he stepped out at about the 1-yard line.
Or they throwing a flag.
Now it looks like they're walking it back for a flag. I can't see it from this far in the field, but it does look like there is a flag on the field.
Maybe.
Threw it all the way on the opposite side. We're on the complete opposite side of the field.
Face mask. I don't know. That's all. They threw it right at the goal line where Clifton was.
Officials talking it over. It could be obviously a spot foul for holding because they were down the field blocking. And that is what it is. It's a spot foul for holding. So let's see where they mark it back from. They're going to mark it back from about the 3, John. So we'll walk it back and
basically no gain on the play.
Yeah, walk it back from the 4 to the 14. So yeah, actually maybe a few yards of a loss. So second down and about 8 now, as they'll hand off to Clifton again. Just let him go right back to work. He's busting through the middle of the field, still fighting. He has got a first down and more. He is to about the 4-yard line. So Walnut, again, just running power, and that Potts Camp's defense just does not have a way to stop Zyler Clifton right now.
And then coaches you see some of the offensive linemen say, "Come on, coach, let's go, let's go, let's go."
As Coach Russo is going to call a timeout for Potts Camp. Definitely wants to give his defense a breather for when they need a stop here. 8:30 remaining in the final quarter, 13-12. Walnut trailing to Potts Camp, but on the door of taking the lead.
The broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19, and there is going to be 12 men on the field for Potts Camp. They couldn't get a man on the field. It is going to be – actually, are we calling a timeout now? Were we saying that Potts Camp got a timeout off? Flag was thrown, but let's see what the ruling is.
Okay, we got a referee's hat off.
So let's see. Timeout, Potts Camp. They're going to say that they got the timeout off before the play started. So
timeout taken by the Cardinals.
Potts Camp will have to burn a timeout there. We'll leave them only one left.
Yeah, that was 2 quick timeouts. I don't believe Potts Camp wanted to burn there.
No, the first one obviously they did to try to give their defense a breather before the goal, trying to get a goal line stand. But the second one is just a huge error, and that's one that you, as a Potts Camp fan, you hope doesn't come back to bite you in the butt if you're trying to drive late to tie the football game or take the lead.
Right, with just only one timeout left. And how much time is left on the clock, Owen?
8:29 remaining on the clock.
So, no.
So, first down and 10 from about the 4-yard line. Walnut will come back out on offense. And guess who the lead back is? None other than Zyler Clifton. They'll get set as Jackson takes the snap, hands off to Clifton, and Clifton fights to about the 1 yard line. So it doesn't get in there, but second down and goal awaits. And, with how it's been run so far, you hand off to Clifton 4 times, and it almost feels like you're just waiting to see him get into the end zone.
Yeah, and, and I'm almost, they're almost looking for him. I don't know. You don't give a little, a fullback sneak here, a quarterback sneak or something like that on a quick count.
I feel like, honestly, John, I feel like you're just handing it to Clifton until he just powers in. And that's exactly what he might have done there. Yes, touchdown, Walnut. They take the lead for the first time tonight with 7:44 remaining in the ballgame.
Good job there by the Walnut offense. We'll hear a quick word from our sponsors. Well, after the 2-point whip, Tim, we'll hear a quick word from our sponsors. Man, I tell you what, Walnut looked good on that drive behind the legs of Zyler Clifton.
It's Coach Meeks just has realized that. Gray is a great runner, but he's not the runner to beat this Potts Camp team. This Potts Camp team is built to take down speed runners, not power runners. And so they're going to come out for the 2-point conversion. They've tried 2 different kind of play-action trick plays, as now we might have had Potts Camp jump, and I believe they did. You've only got 1 yard to get now after the offsides. I would feel like you got to just hand it to Clifton here and just let him run it up the middle. But we will await what the play call is.
Coach makes signals in something from the sideline.
So, again, we will try it again, this time from the 1 yard line. Maybe you could try a quarterback sneak, but honestly, you get downhill with Clifton with how he's running so far tonight. That basically is a quarterback sneak.
Right.
So let's see. Jackson will just toss it out to Clifton, and Clifton walks in. 2-point conversion's good. 20-13. Walnut leads by 7 with 7:44 remaining in the ballgame. We hear a word from our sponsors, and we're back on RCTV 19.
Replay or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call.
Welcome back to Potts Camp High School. Wildcats now lead 20-13 on what was an impressive drive behind the legs of Zyler Clifton.
That kick spirals and is caught right at the 43-yard line, and he goes down to a knee. That up man was not expecting to get that kick, but did not come off the leg right of Walnut's kickoff man, and so he just takes it and falls to a knee. Smart play there.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you saw it, but a young man come from another Potts Camp Cardinal come over and actually stayed on top of him to prevent, from Walnut maybe coming in there and lowballing him and trying to knock the ball out.
Victory formation in Baldwin. The Bearcats beat East Union 37-0 and win the Region 1-2A title. So East Union will be the 2, Baldwin will be the 1 in this division. Still waiting to find out who will be the 4.
53 in there with a big law.
That's Mr. Mayo in there for a stop for Walnut behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and about 12 coming up now for the Potts Camp offense. Trying to keep you updated on scores across the area.
We got an update from the Ripley score.
30-7, Ripley leading Pontotoc. So at the end of 3. So unless a miracle comeback happens in the holler, it looks like Ripley will have a home playoff game as Houston was soundly beating New Albany earlier, 35-0. 5 wide now. Aldrich looks, steps up, avoiding tacklers, got a little bit of room now to the corner. He's got the first down and more. Man, what a runner Peyton Aldrich is.
Yeah.
Cardinals first down.
Just a just a step out of bounds past the first down marker is Peyton Aldridge for a nice gain there on second down.
6:52 remaining in the ball game. Shotgun formation, trips to the left side. Aldrich gets ready to take the snap. He does. It's a little speed option. Throws it out to the left side to Jones, who got about 6 yards. As the clock will keep rolling. Second down and about 4 coming up. And we've seen that option a few times tonight, John. And it hasn't been a big gains necessarily for Walnut or for Potsdam, but it's been effective.
You're right. And it's not been the speed options that you see in a college game that gain 50, 60 yards, but it has been very effective. You're right, Owen, for the Cardinals.
So here we go, 6:19 remaining. Second down and 4. Aldrich just straight quarterback power to the right side, cuts it up, breaks the tackle, and gets inside the 35-yard line. Has a first down for his team, and now we've got a late flag. So let's see who the flag's going to be. Obviously, this is going to be probably after the play. I couldn't see a way in which that's not a dead ball foul. Either way, the gain should stand, and the first down should stand for Potsdam. It just depends what way we're going to move the football. We're going to walk it back. Wow. John, I mean, yeah, that's unsportsmanlike. Okay, so dead ball. So we are going back, but it should be a first down because it was dead ball.
Right. You will get a first down out of the play.
Let's make sure the chains as they reset. It's going to be at midfield, and it looks like they might – you would think that's got to be first down because that was dead ball. Yes, it is. They're flipping it back over. So first and 14 from midfield.
Well, should it be first and 10?
No, because you'll move it. Well,
okay.
Yeah, hold up. They are actually. I think you're right, John. It should be first down and 10. I believe.
Yes, it should be first and 10
because
the foul happened after the play.
So you're not the chains were met, so they should have been moved. So you move back.
Right.
So yes, now they're getting correct. Good call on your part. It is first down and 10.
Give me a striped shirt. I'll win every day. No, but that was that's a tricky call there for officials. I can't.
Aldrich drops back, looks, fires over the middle, found his man, intended target over the middle, and it might be enough for a first down. It is. He finds number 8, Drew Hogan. That's been the man that he has found earlier for the 56-yard touchdown pass, and they link up again on that same little in route, just a little bit shorter this time.
Yeah, and he does a better job crossing the middle there, but dropping back in that soft zone.
So first down and 10 coming up. Inside the 40 of Walnut. 5:35 remaining. Again, Potts Camp needs a touchdown and an extra point to tie this one up. Puts a man in motion. And it will be a jet sweep taken by Hamer. And Hamer will go out of bounds just a couple of yards gained to about the 35.
Second down.
Second down and probably about 7 from that point. 5:19 remaining.
They have to.
In the ball game. Second down and 7. Potts Camp will get reset trips to the left side. As the offense gets reset. Time ticking down to this final quarter play. Aldrich, jump ball. Incomplete. Just couldn't connect with his man on the outside. I believe that might have been Hamer, not 100% sure, but it looks like it.
And
just
good
threw a little
job on the coverage there by Walnut DB. I'm not sure if that's Palmer. Looks like DB Palmer on the coverage over there.
Let's see. That is, in fact, Adrian Palmer, it looks like, yes. They're going to flip the coverage this time. Palmer will be the near side instead of the far side.
Third
down and about 7. Aldrich takes a snap, drops back, looks, fires over the middle, incomplete, and just couldn't link up with his man. It was number 10, Cabriana, who was over the middle with good coverage. So now, if you're Potts Camp, you've got a little bit of a decision to make. I would think you're, again, going, but you could, I guess, in theory, punt and try to pin them inside their own 10-yard line. But it looks like there's no thought, thought over this. They're going to go for it on 4th.
You got to stay home here. If you're Walnut, you got to stay, watch the quarterback run. I'm sure Coach Meeks is telling them that. You got to stay, play assignment football here.
Aldrich on the run on 4th down. Got to try to find something, and incomplete. Great coverage from Camarion Gray. He hasn't touched the ball much on offense in the second half, but he might have just made the defensive play of the night if Walnut could get a few first downs.
Yeah, few first downs here, and Walnut could bring this game quickly to an end. We got how much time left on the clock?
5:04 remaining in the ball game.
So you're thinking 3 first downs?
You would think, yeah, probably about 2 or 3 first downs. And with the way the Zyla Clifton has ran the football, honestly, I know there's you got to out-scheme the defense you're going up against. But tonight I think the case might be, with how he's ran the football, I legitimately may hand the football to Zyla Clifton as many times as it takes before we have to punt.
All right.
Because he has been good in the second half for about 5 yards a carry at least every time he touches the football. So Jackson looks, turns around. He does hand it to Clifton, and Clifton is swallowed up there, only a gain of about 1. So, John, this is about usually the time when they go up the middle and only get about 1 or 2. This is usually the time where they've been going to that toss to the left side. Let's see if they.
No, that was a toss with the left side that time, but it was more of a straight handoff instead of a toss.
So 2nd down and about 8. Jackson will bring the call in. Clock ticking out. 4:30 remaining in the ball game.
And then you got Camarion Gray back in there at running back.
Yes, Gray is the back man. Clifton more the H-back. And now we've got a jump. It's going to be a false start on Walnut. Back it up 5 yards, and exactly the opposite of what the Wildcats needed, with 4:18 remaining on the game clock in this one as they try to keep a 20-13 lead.
Let's see what the Wildcats are up here.
The only thing about that, and obviously you don't want the penalty, but that resets your play clock and the game clock starts running again. So even though they didn't run a play, they're going to get to burn an extra 40 seconds off this clock. They will break the huddle. Under 4 minutes, 3:55 remaining in the ball game. Jackson tosses to Gray. Gray cuts up, and he's maybe about to the original line of scrimmage, but it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10. And now the clocks are going to stop. A timeout's going to be called by Potts Camp. That's going to be their final timeout. So Coach Russo elects to take it now to make sure that his defense has the right play call to get off the field and give the offense one last chance. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back on RCTV 19.
628378874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services, from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North.
Welcome back to Potsdam High School. John Owen Taylor. Walnut with a pivotal 3rd down here, 3rd and about 9.
Coach Meeks drawed up a play, so we'll see what they draw up here. See what the offense comes out runs. Owen.
3rd down and 9. Here we go. Play action. Jackson rushed, and that might be a fumble that's recovered by Potts Camp. There is a flag, but let's see if that's holding, then it's just going to be declined. And so let's see what the call is. Surely it's not roughing or anything of that matter.
Or it could be legal hands to the face.
Maybe, but no, it is a hold, and that's going to be declined. And that is a fumble that is recovered by Potts Camp. So absolutely disastrous for the Wildcats, as now Potts Camp has it in the red zone immediately. So, man, Jackson he rolled left, the bootleg took him to the left side, and the rush came strong off the right. Jackson never saw him and got hit as he was throwing, and it was ruled a fumble.
Let's see what Potts Camp going to be called on. Our defensive Walnut going to be called on the answer.
Trips to the left side. Now they're going to put their man out in motion. Aldrich just runs it up the middle, and he's still fighting, and he's got more than enough for a first. 1st and goal coming up for the Cardinals. It'll be from the 5-yard line with 3:35 remaining in the ball game.
And that's something we have not seen. But the first couple of plays of the game is that power run from Peyton Aldridge.
So now Potts Camp doesn't have to be in any rush. More than enough time. Obviously in 4-down territory. Puts a man in motion.
That should be a false start.
Will just run straight, and he might have got a yard or two, but he is taken down short of the goal line. So the clock will keep ticking down as we are under the 3-minute mark. 2nd down and goal from the 5-yard line. And John, you saw something that, you thought it should have been taken 5 yards back.
Well, the looks like the backside guard got maybe just a little head start. I can't for sure say that, but it did look like he may have got a slow head start, but the referee obviously didn't see it, so can't call it. So that's a break there for Potts Camp, definitely, if that would have been a 5-yard penalty.
2nd down and goal from the 5. They're going to go I formation for the first time tonight. It's a direct snap. My eyes deceived me. Didn't score, got to about the 2-yard line. So 3rd and goal.
Well, it's a power eye basically with the
Wildcat.
With the Wildcat, basically what they're running.
3rd down and goal from the 2. The game will be decided possibly on these next 2 plays. Potts Camp can tie it with a touchdown and extra point, but they have no timeout. So if they can't get in on 3rd or 4th, the ball game is going to be over, and Walnut is going to be heading to the postseason. Snap on 3rd. Here we go. Run. He is to the 1, and they're still letting him fight. I think they ruled him about a half-yard short. So, John, we are going to be heading to a 4th and goal from the half-yard line. 1:27 remaining in the ball game. Just quite didn't get in. What does Potts Camp draw up? Season on the line.
You run outside. I think you try to beat them to the outside if you're Potts Camp. Maybe run to this side of the field, wide side of the field.
4th and goal from the half-yard line. Power eye, running up the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats. An extra point will tie the ball game.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Or, excuse me, touchdown Cardinals, not Wildcats.
Yeah, it looks like, will they draw them, go for 2, or will they go for the 1? And
I think you're going to go for the 1 at home. The rule that I've always heard people talk about is if you're at home, you kick the extra point in this situation. If you're on the road, you go for 2 in the win. So it looks like, in fact, they will go by that rule and kick the extra point. Now, remember, Walnut has already blocked 1 tonight. So here we go. Extra point could decide the postseason fate of both these teams. Kick blocked by Walnut. It is blocked through the middle the second time tonight. Walnut gets pushed up the middle and blocks the field goal. So Walnut keeps the lead 20-19, and with no timeout, Potts Camp season is going to come down to an onside kick.
Yeah, to an onside kick, and hopeful that they get a good bounce.
So let's see. And John, Walnut is not in onside, like an onside kick recovery right now.
No, I'm sure they're sending out their hands. Yeah, there comes Drew Jackson.
And you got to get your guys moved up. I mean, they're spread out like a normal kickoff.
They can scoot up to the next yard line, can they not?
You can, yeah. I mean, you can have all 11 guys if you want up at the 50 where the line is that it has to be kicked to. But Walnut's only got 5 guys there, so let's see what they decide to do. Maybe they're worried about a pooch kick. We will see. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The season of both of these teams could be decided on this onside kick. Here we go. Potts Camp kicks the onside. It's a squibber. It'll be easily taken in the middle of the field by Adams, and Adams will go down to 48, and the Wildcats are going to be heading to the postseason.
Wow, what a unfortunate break for Potts Camp. I mean, they still got how many? We got still got about 59 seconds.
59 seconds, but no
timeouts.
So
Walnut will look to go into the victory formation.
It looks
about
like
3 knees and take this one back to Walnut with a big victory to get into the playoffs for the Wildcats.
Credit Potts Camp. Their defense did the job, got the fumble they needed, and then on 4th and goal, they're able to punch it in on the Wildcat, but the kick just gets blocked by great inside pressure by Walnut. And so with the recovery of the onside by the Wildcats, they are going to be heading to the postseason as the 4 slot in the region of 1-2A. Obviously, there is still the possibility of something going wrong with the snap on a victory formation, but you've only got to take 2 knees. So if your coach Meeks and this staff, you're telling Jackson, all right, you take the snap and you just fall. Don't even worry about taking the knee.
Don't even fall down. You just lay down.
Just lay down your butt and head home. Just make sure you secure the football. So they will go under center. This snap, knee. And so the clock will keep running. Walnut will have to take one more. And Potts Camp fought so hard, had done a fantastic job of getting themselves back into the game with a huge defensive play. But Walnut is able to strike the final blow on special teams, as one more knee should decide this one. Snap, Jackson, knees, and that should do it for the ball game, as now clock should be allowed to tick down. We're at 22 seconds remaining. And so it is. Both teams clearing their sidelines to go shake hands. And after what was a hard-fought battle for 48 minutes of play, it ends with a blocked extra point, giving the Walnut Wildcats a postseason berth as the 4 seed in Region 1-2A.
And we want to wish the Wildcats all the best of luck as they go on the road next week to face probably one of the best
teams. Most likely
Eupora, which should be a big test for the Wildcats. And then we want to congratulate Potts Camp on what it was a well fought contest tonight. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and wrap this thing up. Now go to commercial break, and we'll talk about what we'll be doing next week. I'm not sure. We're planning on doing a playoff game. Ripley, we'll probably stick with Ripley the rest of the season, from what I understand, unless Walnut or someone happens to have a home playoff game. But we'll look to stick with Ripley the rest of the season, as the Ripley Tigers will come be home next week against looks to be Corinth, I believe, is what we're looking at.
I'm going to try to quickly look up. It was either Corinth or Shannon.
Yeah,
so I'm going to quickly
while you're looking
look
at that,
up.
I want to send a big congratulations out to Coach John Meeks, Coach Corey Bennett, all the staff over Peyton more all the staff over at Walnut for just a heck of a
Actually,
game.
It is Caledonia 27, Shannon 8, 11:54 remaining in the fourth. So Ripley most likely going to get the Red Raiders of Shannon.
Wow, that should be a good game, of course. Shannon and Ripley, no familiar foes there. Old back in the day when Ripley was so good and made that deep run, and believe Shannon was the team that they had to beat. That Shannon was to tell the tape for Ripley to go to the playoffs that year. So, man, what a hard fought loss and for these Pikes Camp Cardinals, and what a great win for the Walnut Wildcats. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, and we'll keep you abreast of what was going on in Tippah County sports. Hey, Owen, we got some round ball coming up pretty soon, and I'm excited for that.
We do got some round ball coming up, but we've also got some more gridiron coming up. So make sure you stick around. John, as always, enjoy doing it with you. For Joey, for John, for Mr. John Ross Myers, for Tony back at the station at RCTV 19, we thank you so much for tuning in to our regular season coverage of Tippah County football, and we invite you back next week as we start our road to Jackson. As these two teams get as Walnut and Ripley, and we hope Faulkner joins them on Friday, begin their postseason quest. But again, for John, for Joey, and for everybody back at the station at Mississippi Sports and RCTV 19, I'm Peyton Taylor saying so long, good night, God bless, and we will see you next time.